Hi Libra, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name's Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. Welcome back to my channel, Libra, and thank you so much for all your love and support and your views. This is your love reading for the month of September, and it's going to be in the same format as last month's love reading, which was based on the Tree of Life. I designed and developed that reading for you, and I'll explain as we go. You can still check out that video that explains all that in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to draw 6 cards initially for you, okay? The readings have been coming out extremely clearly, shall we say. So your first card, which is this card on the bottom, is your overall energy and focus for the month of September, and that for you is the Tower. Okay, the second card we have for you is off the bottom as well. This is what or who you could encounter or experience in the month of September. The third card for you is your perspective or your past. The fourth card, this is the fourth card here. The fourth card here is your love potential or love lesson for the month of September. Your fifth card these two that want to come out. This is your fifth card. This is your challenge for the month. And finally, your sixth card is here, which is your advice or how to achieve balance in the month of September in your love life. These cards also wanted to come out as well, and that one, I don't know what they are, obviously, but I will pull them as and when. I'll reveal them as and when. I always begin with the cards face down, just so that, because I do read intuitively, and I do tune into the energies, and sometimes it can be distracting to see them all at once. There seems to be something that wants to come through for you, Libra, so let's get started. The first card for you is the Tower. Okay, this is your, as I said, your overall energy and focus for the month of September in love, and it looks like there's going to be some shaking up of things. Please check out the video that I've done on the September astrologies and announcements video, because it does explain to you about how the month of September is really all about being put in situations that make us recognise, that force us to recognise or encourage us to recognise what needs to be changed in our lives, and also what motivates our actions. This is something that's saying that there is something that needs to be well, not needs to be changed necessarily, but there is going to be a shake-up or a shift in practically in your life, in your internal structures, internal processes, emotionally how you deal with things, and also practically what that looks like around you. Things are going to start shifting. There's a card that wants to come out to clarify this, and it's this one here, and it's a 9 of Cups. So what this is saying, isn't it, for the Tower, with the Tower energy, is it's saying that whatever this shake-up is, and we always are happy, I'm always happy when I see the Tower card, but what this is saying is that this is something that you want. This is something that you have wanted, this shake-up, this change, this movement. There's something that you've been wanting to bring in, Libra, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. It's about bringing this in. What is it that you want to bring in? What are the changes that you want to make? The situations are going to arise that this month that help you to recognize that and see that, and it's going to be something that's really, really positive as well. Okay, number 9s are also related to the Hermit energy, so look within. Hearts are the Cups energy is related to our emotions, our internal processes, like I said. So this is literally outside and inside, things shaking up on the outside and on the inside. How do you feel about that? The shake-up seems to be something that it is you want. So those people who've been single for some, there's another card that wants to come. I'm not sure if it's this one or I think it's this one. Yeah, I was going to say some of you might have been single for a while. Others of you may have been in separation with somebody for a while. Others of you may be wanting a reconciliation with somebody. This is something that is going to come as a shock. And to be honest, if you understand the astrology of the month, and if you've looked at my astrology video, or if you've read the description below this video, you will see that this is what September is about. September is about recognizing the things that motivate us, why we are motivated to take actions, and also if those things that we do, the things that we want, are they really in alignment with our higher self? Are they in alignment with your higher self, Libra? That's what you're going to be looking at this month. That's what the challenges are going to be. For some of you, what's coming back is maybe a surprise, but it's something obviously clearly that you want or that you have wanted. Yeah. Balance and harmony with the number 6 as well. Okay, it's a really lovely number, is number 6, and it's one that brings into alignment your higher self and your lower ego. Okay, the second card is what or who you can expect to encounter in the month of September in love. So if it's a what, this would be a Capricorn potentially, and potentially somebody that you work with. If it's a what, okay, excuse me, if that's a who. So if this is a who you could encounter, you'll apply it. You could be dating somebody, or you could be interested in somebody that you work with, or it could be somebody that's a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. And we are heading into Virgo season, and today, the 6th, and we're in Virgo season now, and since the full moon, and you know, so maybe that energy is prevalent. You know, this is really a card of Virgo. Actually, it's about that diligence, that focus, that the skillful approach to things. If this is talking about a situation that you may encounter in your love life, this might be, you know, working through some of those, as I said, internal processes, emotional responses, the desires, the wants that you have, and recognizing where those things come from, working through diligently, like with the energy of Virgo, and really working on what it is you want to bring forward and you want to manifest in the month of September. It's interesting, we've got the new moon on the 9th, and the new moon in Virgo on the 9th, and this is again about a time where we come into our understanding. Saturn has just goes direct today in Saturn goes direct today in to Capricorn. So yeah, again, energies that ask us, or that make us aware of the areas that we need to be looking at, the structures that are already in place in our lives, and really how they reflect, and if they reflect truly who we are. Okay, and this is your perspective or your past. So, you know, this is the death card, and it is a time of transition with the death card. I mean, I really enjoy the energy of death, because even though it's very difficult moving, you know, before you get to this energy, you know, working your way, moving toward this energy, once you there's a card that wants to come out, it's this one. Once you achieve this, there's a real start, a new beginning for you that's possible, a transformation, and you are different. You feel different, you behave different, you act different, you think differently, you maybe speak different, you maybe look different. You are different with the death card when this comes in. It's like you have shed a skin, or an old way of being, or an old belief system, something that was holding you back and stopping you. It seems that your perspective, this is your perspective or your past. So when I say perspective, it is the energy that you're standing in currently, you know, how you're seeing the life that you're in, the relationship you're in. And for some of you, you are seeing this is what's necessary, this change, this push, this transformation. There's things that aren't sitting well with you. There's things that you are not expressing. You're not expressing some things, and it's as if you want this to end. Some of you want to take off that shroud of mystery. There's a new beginning with you, for you. You know, with this card is related to this card, and we'll look at it in a second. I don't know what it is, but first of all, the death card is card number 13 in the major arcana. So when we are looking at numerology, I'm sorry, this keeps drawing my attention, so I'm going to show this to you, 111, and then I'm going to explain to you the numerology of the number 13. 13 is made up of the numbers 1 and the number 3. Okay, number 1s are about new beginnings. If you think about aces in the tarot, about inspiration, inspired new starts, being independent, striving forward, taking action, wanting to take action, feeling motivated to move in a new direction. The number 3, on the other hand, is a number that's associated to what we call the ascended masters, those souls that came before us and that add to our collective consciousness and our spiritual understanding. So those people like Buddha, like Jesus Christ, like Mikao Yusui, or whoever or whatever it is you believe in, angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors. They're what we call the ascended masters, and the number 3 is linked to them. So whenever we get a number 3 in the tarot, whether it's the 3 of swords, whether it's a 1-3, whatever, whenever we get the number 3 in the tarot, that is the universe or your guides or the whoever, whatever you believe, shining a light on an area of your life. So this is saying with Death card, it's like the universe saying we're shining a light on this change, on this thing that needs to be changed, that needs to be transformed. Some of you have already had the opportunity, or you're getting the opportunity this month in September to transform something. And the thing that needs to be transformed, it's as if you're aware of that. It's beneath the surface. This is what's linked to it. So let's have a look. King of Wands, yes. So this is a card of action. It's a masculine energy. The kings are, and masculine energy is about action, moving forward. Moving. It's about movement. It's about going in a direction. It's about making a commitment to something. It's about the actions that you take. And these are about inspired actions with the King of Wands. These are about insightful actions. This is about really being influenced in a way by the universe, by your intuition, by your love of something or passion for something, or because something feels good and feels right to you and wanting to move toward that. So it seems like some of you have been on sort of maybe shaky ground. You maybe haven't felt very grounded, very stable over the past month or 6 weeks. You maybe haven't felt very grounded or stable and not really understanding or knowing why you should move forward or what you're wanting to move forward, toward. And I think that that's been something that has been plaguing you. This is going to be over for you this month. You're moving. This means transformation. So you should be feeling a lot more confident and a lot more secure about the decisions that you want to take, about the directions that you want to move in the month of September, and in love, okay? And I really feel like for some of you, you have been single. I feel like some of you have been single. I feel like some of you have been annoyed. I feel like some of you have been, I'm going to say that again, annoyed with somebody and angered by the actions of another person. I feel like this card wants to come out on the top. So some of you may be dealing with a earth sign. Again, I talked about that, but I feel like some of you have been feeling annoyed with somebody. This is opposite to the king, the action. We've got the queen, which is the reaction almost, or the understanding of how we feel after we've taken action. And this is really about that. When we have the Queen of Pentacles, it's about looking at how we feel about the things in our lives, reflecting on those things. And it's as if some of you have potentially done that, or you will do that in the month of September. You're going to be looking within, looking at, this is a job that I've got. How do I feel about this job? This is the relationship I'm in. Why do I want to be in this relationship? For example, that's the type of questions that the Queen of Pentacles asks with that energy. So it's interesting. There seems to be movement and change and transformation, especially with that death card coming up there. I'm quite intrigued to see what these two are, because this is quite a strong energy, this one. Don't know what it is, but it's quite strong. Okay, so your next card, this card is your love potential, i.e. who is coming towards you in the month of September. or your love lesson. So what you need to know about your the karmic situation that you are currently facing now. And this is the card that we have. Some of you are definitely with earth signs, because every time I say what or who, it's always an earth sign. But saying that, Saturn moves, sorry, excuse me, today Saturn moves back into Capricorn. So it's a 6th today, and I post this today. I had 2 more I had to do, and anyway, I won't bore you with that, the YouTube upload problems, but it's a nightmare. But anyway, the Saturn, excuse me, moves back home today, moves back into Capricorn, turns direct in Capricorn. And again, if you read the information below, or you watch the quick astrology video that I've done, which explains this energy to you, it's all about what we have in our lives, what is before us, what is already manifested, okay? And how do you feel about the things that you have in your life, the things that are manifested? This month is about seeing those things for yourself. So some of you, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to if you're in a relationship or not, or whatever your current situation status is within relationships, this is you feeling like, this is you being challenged by your current situation when it comes to love. So this is Saturn doing its job. This is Saturn doing its job. This is Virgo, the Virgo new moon doing its job, because in these times we are forced to look at the effort that we put into things and the result of that effort and why we put that effort in. Don't be in a relationship because everyone else is in a relationship and you think that you should be. And conversely, don't be single if you feel like you want a relationship, but all your friends and family are saying, "Oh, men are rubbish" or "women are rubbish," whatever. You have. This is the time. There's no sugarcoating it with Saturn, especially Saturn in Capricorn back home, and the new moon in Virgo. It's the earth signs. Virgo's all about diligence and details. And the moon energy is very strong this month, especially for me. I mean, I'm really feeling that. So if you know your moon sign, this is linked to that. If you know your moon sign, I would definitely say check out your moon sign reading as well, because I'm really connecting with moon sign in energy in private readings as well. So I think that if this is something that doesn't resonate, I'd say definitely check out your moon sign as well, okay? I feel like I don't know if it's these 2 cards actually linked to this card. This is about love, and I feel like there's something new coming in. I love it when that happens. I do feel like there's something new coming in for you, or whether that's a new way of thinking about your love. About your current situation when it comes to love. Some of you are dating Capricorns. When it comes to you facing that realization of the commitment that you have made and the energy that you have put in, this time is a blessing for you, because even if you feel like this, even if you feel tied to a relationship or a situation that you don't feel is truly reflective of who you are and of what you want, once you know that, this is when we get this. Once we are able to recognize, I'm not happy in this situation, or it doesn't fulfill me being single, or it doesn't fulfill me dating casually, or it doesn't fulfill me having casual sex, or it doesn't fulfill me being in a long-term stable relationship, or this marriage doesn't fulfill me, or whatever it is, to see that and to understand that and to know that is what is the blessing. Because sometimes we can sleepwalk. There's a poem that I write and that I perform. Every time I do a performance, I always perform this poem, and it's called Speak Up. And one of the lines in it is just that. We sleepwalk into our destiny, and we never question where we are and why we are here. And then we wake up one day, and this is the first time in a long time that you really see where you lay, and you get up and you eat food and you go work, but it hurts. Just a little bit at first, like when you bite your fingernail just too much. Anyway, I could go on. It's a long poem, and I love that poem. I love performing that poem. But this is that more. I had for myself, that moment of realization, that moment of, wow, this is where I am. Like all these things that I wanted around me, that I thought I wanted, and I put all this effort into it, and now I'm here and I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. But that is something to celebrate. I celebrate that moment. I celebrate that moment with that poem, by performing that poem, by talking about, how different my life is now since I had that realization. And believe me, it's very different. So for some of us, it will be monumental, that shift, that change. But for others of us, it might be on a more subtle level. But it doesn't matter on what level it is. The fact is that that's what this time, September, is about for you guys in relationships. I love when this happens, okay? Because your next card is the Justice card, okay? So this is literally the celebration that comes. Your challenge. This is, card number 5 in this position relates to the challenge that you have for the month. And the challenge is the balance. The challenge is seeing the blessing in what you've been through. The challenge for you is simply recognizing that seeing where we lay and recognizing that you've been sleepwalking, some of you potentially in your relationships, in your non-relationships, in your dating life, whatever it is, recognizing that is challenging, recognizing that, oh, I'm not sure that this is really for me. And I was unstable a few months ago, so I felt like I needed or wanted a relationship. And now I'm feeling a lot more stable, but I don't know if I'm in the right place. You know your life. But that balance, understanding that balance, getting that balance, that new beginning when it comes to balance is in itself challenging. So some of you Libra this month are going to find it hard. But it's joy, it's blessing, right? That's what it is. That's what this month is about. It is about this. It's about celebrating the enlightenment. I think that's even the last line that I say on the on the description below. Recognize this is a blessing this time, because Saturn kicks our ass, but we're all better for it after an ass kicking. We all need it sometimes. We all need home truths which are hard to swallow. But we all need them. And that's what Saturn brings in. And that's what, you're really feeling, you guys specific. I don't know why, unless some of you, maybe I'm connecting with your moon sign potentially is an earth sign. So, if you've got a Taurus moon or a Capricorn moon or a Virgo moon, you might just really resonate specifically strongly with the energies this month. Okay, final card for you guys is this card, which is your advice and how to achieve balance and for the month. And remember what I said to you about the number 3. Remember what I said to you. The number 3 is linked to the master numbers. I'm not turning it off here because I don't want you to be scared. Number 3 is linked to the ascended masters, and it is shining a light on, okay, what needs to change. This is your motivation. Recognize that that's your motivation. Are you happy with that being the way that you make your decisions and the thing that forces you to take action or encourages you into action? I'm aware that I'm speaking quickly, but I'm really hoping that you're getting this message and it's clear for you, because it's coming through very clearly. This is your final card. This is your advice or how to achieve balance. Your advice is, what is the universe shining a light on for you? Okay, 3s are related, as I said, to the master numbers, ascended masters. I always think about that advice that they give us, that they're guiding us with number 3s. And obviously this card is really a sad card. It's a card of betrayal. It's a card of feeling betrayed and feeling disempowered. When we have a traumatic experience, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's when we're growing up in our family homes, whether it's, somebody breaking the trust, we trust doctors, we're meant to trust doctors, we're meant to trust priests, we're meant to trust police officers or law enforcement. If we have an experience that sort of shatters that's a 3 of swords, something that shatters that trust. And that shattering of trust can be very disempowering for some of us at times. And I think the universe really for you this month is saying, Libra, where have you felt disempowered? Where have you been traumatized? Who broke your trust? Because maybe you're not recognizing, some of you, that it was that event that happened, and it might have happened years and years ago, or it might have happened last week. but that event has really made you feel disempowered, really made you feel a little bit weak. You know, some of you may have lost that connection to your personal power, may not be feeling strong, may not be feeling able, potentially. I mean, that's going to be changing, remember. But it's saying with this card, with the three of swords, all you need to do is recognize that. So yeah, your first husband was an absolute rotter. I say rotter so I don't swear. Your first husband, your first wife, whatever, or your mum or your dad was an absolute rotter. And you don't realise that you've been still making decisions now, even though you feel that you're strong and confident and happy. You don't realise that you still avoid certain situations or certain relationships because of something that happened years and years ago. This is a card saying, this is the advice for you. This month is about shining a light on those things, on that thing for you, what traumatised you, what made you feel weak. Because there's something beneath the surface that is affecting your decision making, is motivating you to take actions. And maybe instead of being motivated by this fear, by this by feeling disempowered, by feeling traumatized, instead of taking actions because of that, i.e. going towards a man that can protect us because we've been hurt in the past, for example, instead of going towards that and that being the thing that motivates us, let it be let it be our higher selves that motivates us. Let it be the joy that we feel in our hearts, or the joy that we once had access to, or the strength within you, Libra, that you once had access to. Let that be the thing that motivates you. Let that be the thing that moves you. Let that be the thing that guides you. Okay? So really, in all, this is not a negative reading at all. What this is it really is very much in keeping with the astrological energies and influences of the month of September. Okay? And I think that really for you, I'm just going to take your thumbnail. I think that really for you, Libra, this is what you need to, these are the what you need to remember, that there's good things coming in for you. There's things that you want coming in for you. And it might feel like a rude awakening. It might feel like, oh my gosh, I never knew that, or how did I feel this way, or it could be anything like that. However, this is at the end of this month, by the new moon, which is on September the 25th, when it comes to our relationships, the decisions that we're making in our love relationships, and we're looking back at this karma and the separations. There could be reunions this month. There's definitely justice and balance coming in, and recognise that this is something that you need in order to know. You need this month. You need these experiences that are coming forward, because it's uncovering things within that you've been carrying around, some of you, for some time. It's uncovering those things. It's bringing those things into that light, and it's allowing you to make decisions on more solid ground, feel more stable, because some of you have felt extremely unstable, okay? I want you to feel good. I want you to feel happy. I want you to know that you can handle what's coming this month, and it's going to be something that's for your betterment. It's going to be something that makes you happy, okay? So if you would like a personal reading, I've not really been pushing my personal reading so much this month because I was so exhausted last month, but I'm going to say this to you. I feel like there's going to be some of you that there's some other energies that are coming through that some of you will resonate with. This will really resonate highly with some of you, looking at potentially childhood traumas or abusive situations. So, if you would like a personal reading, by all means, please get in touch with me. My email is keywisdomtarot@gmail.com. Please check out the astrology video, an additional energies video that I'm putting out with all the videos as well today. And yeah, comment on your videos. I'm going to allow people to comment on videos. I'm going to be doing some additional readings this month as well. And all that will be announced in the astrology video as well. Okay. Thank you so much, Libra. I hope you have a lovely September, and I'm here for you if you need me in any way. Okay, my loves? So please take care. Thank you so much for being here. If you've not subscribed already, please do. And please like the video. Thanks so much. Libra, take care. Bye.